Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we? I hope we're well. I hope we profited from yesterday's calls. We had a pretty decent trading day. It took a long time, but we eventually got our short from up here and we've taken profit in here. I called this long last night. Did kind of think it might push further up, but it petered out at this key little level we have here, which is now, oh, come on, which is now resistance. So, what are we looking at for today? Well, I think this is where we are at the moment is a no trade zone unless you are in a trade, i.e., if you're short from up here or if you're long from down here. If you're long from down here, I'm really hoping you've taken profit because this doesn't look like it's sustained an upward move. Um, if we look at this, if we kind of clue in, this looks like three waves to me. I can cram five, but that looks like three ways. I mean, you can cram five by going into the 1 minute time frame down here. Here we go. Um, you got one, two, and then that would need to be your three, but your three, one, two, three, four, five, maybe. I mean, you could. These kind of counts I never think are very good, if I'm honest with you. So you could say that you had one, two, three, four, five, extended fifth. Time will tell. Um, I'm out of the long now, by the way. Anyway, I'm still holding short though, so slightly different to where I was last night. Um, Again, looking on the small time frames, this looks fairly. This looks like a better impulse down than this does on an impulse up. Invalidation of this would I mean realistically, excuse me, realistically, if we came past here, but it doesn't look like we're ending up. Looks like we're coming down. So that would, if this comes down here now, then we'd be looking at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So these are horrible areas to trade. These these are just liquidity zones. Okay. This we had three here, 1, 2, 3, and then whatever that was. Okay, let's go back to the higher time frame. So what are we looking at? Take this. Let me take this one off. This long is gone now. We had this long from yesterday. My next long opportunity, assuming that we come down lower now, will be here around 75 low, like 76, 75 zone here. Um, but the problem we've got is a couple of things. So you've got to think about the fact that it's FOMC tomorrow, so the market probably won't want to move much today. This looks like this was the move for the week to draw down, and the BOJ this morning has had a hawkish hold. Um, so it's not looking good for interest rates. Okay, we're definitely going to hold interest rates today, tomorrow, in the US, and I think, do we have the, when does I'm just trying to see when the Bank of England is there. I think on the Thursday. Yeah, so we're on the Bank of England's on the Thursday. Okay. Um, so how are we going to trade this intraday? Well, as I said, looking for a long into here. If we manage to hold this level, then this long could actually start to perform. However, I'd be really cautious in saying that looks like three, that looks like three, and so I'd only be looking up to here. So in fact, what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a that would be my, because this is all corrective, right? What are we correcting? Well, I think we're probably correcting a wave 4 from the channel. So 5 minutes in. So I think what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this. Now, wave 4's hit its minimum target. If I pull from there to here, and I then create wave 4s. Here we go. So we actually have hit a minimum target, which was here, but the structure wasn't great enough. We have now come below. So ideally, we come into the 382. Between the 382 and the 0.5 is the ideal spot for a wave 4. So, you know, anytime we start to look at here or here, so one of these two spots, and it's just tough because it's not easy to look at this and go, oh, we're going to go here or here. So if we get to these two areas, you're just going to have to use all your confluences. You're going to have to look at your divergences. What's your volume like? How is this playing out? And make a decision based on that, and not just based on the fact that it's that we've got some kind of level there. Now, the other thing you could help you, something that I will be definitely looking at, is that if this is A and that's a B and this is a C and it extends to 1, we're looking for 5 waves down, right? So we can go, well, that's a 1 and that's 2. So that would bring my third to here, which could quite easily put my 5th here. So that's why I've got this green box down here. So yeah, it's a little bit awkward, guys. I'm sorry about that. It's not easy, especially FOMC. Markets aren't really interested in going anywhere. The likelihood is we'll have to have a dribble all day. It'll just dribble down. Or I mean, yeah, dribble up. But I would imagine that we're going to stay within. We're going to stay within this. So we're going to stay within this candle here. Well, this stays. This structure here would be where I think we stay. Why do I think there's more upside? These two here. This has not been swept. This is a terrible top, and I do expect that to get swept at some point and us to go up. So yeah, quite simply, I mean, we are also, by the way, we're outside of the channel, which I forgot to mention yesterday. Came back and we bearishly retested it. So I'm hoping that we drop a bit further now. So let's see if we can get 1, 2. Let's make that 3, 4, 5. Or we're going to get 1. That's 3. That's 3, and that's 3. Okay, that's the other possibility there. But this is all just a hot mess, right? So take every trade as a scalp. Come out with your profit. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow evening for us in Europe and the UK to look at the for the FOMC to be finished. So that will be that's kind of the way I'm looking at it at the moment. I've taken, as I said, I took most of my profits out at the bottom here. I had a small long that went up to here, and I basically took fees, and then I got stopped out overnight, and that's fine. But I'm still in a smaller short, which I will probably hold to see if we get something like this, or maybe it dribbles into here. All right, guys, that's 9 minutes, pretty much how much I want to do. Yeah, let's look for scalp shorts up here. Maybe we come back up, retest that channel and come down. But I'm looking for chop. I'm looking for chop until tomorrow. Maybe we get down to here. So I'll be back later on. I might do a couple if we get some movement in London and New York, but otherwise I will be back for the New York pre in the Discord as usual. All right, boys and girls, have a nice day. Ta-ra, bye.